What's going on, everyone? My name is Cynic and welcome to another battle mode video. Now these videos I've been doing primarily been focused around the Slayer, tips, tricks, prioritizing targets, what to do with certain enemy types, and that's because going from the campaign to playing as a Slayer in battle mode, there's a huge skill gap. Such a big skill gap, in fact, that people have gone far enough to say battle mode is unbalanced. They've also likened playing as a Slayer to playing the campaign in the hardest difficulty setting, which I would honestly recommend because doing that would help you improve your aim, stay on the move, and learn how to prioritize targets on the fly. Anyways, we're keeping that trend going, and today we're going to be talking about two recommended weapon combinations that you guys have brought to my attention. These two combinations are the super shotty and the ballista versus the ballista and the sniper mod for the LMG. These are combinations that quite a few people brought to my attention, and they claim that it does a pretty significant amount of damage in a very short amount of time. So today we're going to be doing is comparing the numbers between these two different weapon combinations and how they might fit with your playstyle. I'm also going to be talking about my favorite combinations of weapons, what I choose to do in certain scenarios, because although these weapon combinations that we're going to be talking about are great in terms of using the super shotty in comparison to the sniper mod, and again how that stuff might suit your playstyle or how that would work out in the best case scenario for the two players that you're up against. Anyways, one more thing before we hop into this, I want to give a special shout out to Solomon, who shared with us some amazing tips on how to utilize the chainsaw inside of battle mode, which we'll also be talking about a little bit further in the video. But special shout out to him. Most useful comments are always pinned and will be featured in the next videos for battle mode. With that out of the way, let's get started. So if you guys already hopped into battle mode, you should be familiar with the damage or the number system in this game. Basically, those are indicators telling you how much damage that attack or that shot that you just inflicted did. And with my experience with the ballista, I've always consistently got a 600 damage output with just a normal shot that is not charging it up, that's not using either of the mods. Meanwhile, with the arbalist, that's the one where it fires a direct charge shot. I've always gotten 600 with that too. Maybe that's because that was always across the map and charging that shot just guarantees a 600 damage output at a distance. Meanwhile, with a normal ballista shot, they got to be a little bit closer. That might be the trade-off there. But I do also want to point out that the Slayer's Blade, which is the other mode that the ballista has, that's where if you charge it up, it's going to fire a horizontal or line shot across the map. If you can land that shot, that does up to 900 damage. However, if you do use this mod, be aware that you are not moving. You are a sitting duck. And after you hit a demon with that, they're obviously going to know where you're at. So you want to be quick on swapping out your weapons if you do end up going that route, because again, you're not moving when you're charging that thing up. So just to clarify, if you're going to charge anything up, I recommend the Slayer's Blade. You are doing an extra 300 damage if you can land that shot. However, you can consistently land a normal ballista shot without charging it up and do 600 damage and stay mobile. So if anything, you're just sacrificing your mobility for an additional 300 damage a shot. Now, as far as the two other weapons go, the difference between the super shotty or if you want to choose the sniper mod, the main difference here would be distance, how you want to play it, and accuracy. Now, for instance, me personally, I would choose the super shotty over sniper mods, primarily because I'm more of a rusher when it comes to playing against enemy demons, and truthfully, as far as damage goes, both weapons would kind of make up for each other. If you're a little less accurate, I mean, the super shotty can do damage anywhere from 45 all the way up to 900. 900 being the best case scenario. That's if you manage to land the majority of your shots or your pellets dead center on a critical hit. I ended up achieving that on the Mancubus. That was how I was able to score such a high amount of damage. But normally I would land about 200 damage a shot, and with the sniper mod it'll be anywhere from 200 to 400. So damage wise, they're kind of in the same realm as far as consistency goes. These two weapons are more about situational use and how it applies to your playstyle. If these demons are playing a little bit more passively and they want you to rush them, I'd recommend the sniper mod, hanging a little back and chipping away at their health, trying to land a critical shot. If you're a little bit more aggressive, or they're being a little bit more aggressive, then obviously it would be the super shotty that would be the best in this scenario. What I like to do with the super shotty specifically is whenever a demon separates from his teammate or is dashing away, or he's very close to me and I'm running low on armor, try to meat hook that demon, pull yourself in as close as possible. When you feel right when you're at that sweet spot, shoot, so that way the majority of your pellets actually land, hence dropping armor for you and doing the greatest potential of damage you can possibly do. I mean, I experimented again with both of them quite a bit, but I don't have that much gameplay with the sniper mod because my aim is atrocious. I can't switch from the ballista to the sniper mod and land a shot as accurately as I'm sure a lot of you can. I've also come to feel like the super shotty fits me better because I'm much more aggressive. Now lastly, on the chainsaw tip from Solomon. So there's a couple tips here. The first one that I forgot to mention that he so gracefully pointed out is that in battle mode, your chainsaw generates fuel past 1 pip. So in other words, if you're running around just long enough and you wait, you can generate 3 pips of chainsaw fuel, allowing you to take out heavy enemies, which obviously these enemies include arachnotrons, carcasses, cacodemons, basically anything you can think of, which comes in handy when you're dealing with demon types that love to summon a bunch of random ass AI spawns. He also recommends, while keeping this in mind, if you go for the Master Carve ability, chainsawing is faster, and because you chose Master Carve, you're chainsawing enemies faster than the demons can loot block you. Master Carve also allows you to generate fuel 10 seconds faster, which in a game like Doom, 10 seconds is a lot of time, also allowing you to hit those 3 pips a lot quicker. And because you chose Master Carve, he says that even if you're loot blocked twice, your fuel generates faster than the loot block can come back a 3rd or even a 4th time. He also recommends that if you're dealing with enemies that are very keen on listening to what you're doing, he says that in some cases, if you're spamming the chainsaw button, you can actually trick some players into loot blocking you prior to you executing a chainsaw kill. So they're loot blocking you, but because you're spamming the chainsaw and nothing, you're basically making them waste their ability. Finally, this is something that I've actually noticed after he pointed this out to me, is that if you ever need emergency health, the weaker enemies in battle mode are actually pretty easy to put into a glory kill state. All you gotta do is dash into a weaker enemy about 2 to 3 times. This will put them in an easy glory kill state. If you set up 2 zombies back to back, that should set you up for a blood punch, making it a little easier to put a little bit more spice on a melee hit towards a player controlled demon. But definitely some interesting tips. Special thank you to Solomon. Like always, the most useful comments are going to be pinned and given a shout out in the next video. But like always, guys, that is going to wrap it up for today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If there's anything else you guys want to add to this, any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to know in dealing with the demons, I might do 1 or 2 more videos specifically on the Slayer, and then I'm gonna hop over to the demon types. If there's anything you guys want to share with anybody else, also feel free to share out stuff down in the comment section below. But until next time, my friends, my name is Cynic, and I'll see you all later.